tutti ragazzi, benvenuti in un gioco in cui la storia parla di un certo uomo di nome Stanley. Siamo infatti su Stanley Parable. Perfetto. Adesso siamo pronti a iniziare. Avanziamo? Sì, avanziamo.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Certo, seguiamo adesso la storia. Ok, perfetto.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Certo, andiamo qua. L'ultima volta abbiamo fatto il finale conclusione.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
No,
left.
non ti seguirò. Andrò dove voglio io, narratore. No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Certo. Ok, perfetto. Vediamo un pochettino.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Quindi c'è
This
una
is
lei.
it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
E questo è uno tra i finali
That's
che mi
her,
piace di più.
Stanley.
Questo è uno dei finali che mi piace di più.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Andiamo.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Sì. Esatto, questo è un bellissimo finale, mi piace di più tra tutti gli altri.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Premi V.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Premi Y.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Potrete anche non farlo. Però mettetela così. Non cambierà nulla, ve lo farà fare il gioco. Cioè, dovete farlo apposta perché il gioco non continuerà, se no. Quindi, premiamo M.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Premi Y per non fare domande.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And
And Stanley push the button. Io amo sto gioco con tutto il cuore. A quanto pare siamo arrivati anche in un punto alternativo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Questo succede quando tipo salti per troppo tempo la sezione là, vai veloce e non ascolti. Questa volta sinistra. Perfetto, adesso cosa facciamo? Andiamo qui.
Yet there was not a
sinistra.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Questo lo farò vedere un altro giorno, dai, mezz'ora di video soltanto là dentro. Tenetevi pronti.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
No,
office.
non giù. Saliamo su. Perfetto. Vediamo se riesco a fare questo finale particolare.
Stepping in.
Ok, fatto. Vediamo un po' cosa succede. Siamo riusciti a rimanere fuori dalla stanza del capo mentre continua la storia, quindi forse l'abbiamo fregata. Qui dentro. E questo è il vero finale. Torniamo indietro, vediamo un pochettino cosa succede. Che bello, siamo liberi quindi. Vorrei vedere un pochettino cosa. Vediamo un pochettino se ci fa tutto. Se rimane così. Ah no, cambia come normale. Sì, cambia come normale. Invece ci aveva dato diretto prima perché l'abbiamo ignorato. Deve essere troppe volte prima quando stavamo giocando. Va bene, facciamo questo bel finale. Entriamo nella stanza nera. Caricamento. Tu stai ora andando via. Vediamo un pochettino. Saliamo i piani pian piano. Questo è l'unico momento del gioco in cui io posso commentare. Il finale di prima che non mi ricordo esattamente come si chiama. Lo chiamerò, guardare un po' su internet e poi gli darò il nome che viene dato, che è stato dato. Però secondo me mi piace tanto come finale. Non c'è niente in particolare da commentare. Svela un pochettino ciò che dovrebbe essere in teoria il gioco. Anche no, può dare anche altre interpretazioni, credo. Però secondo me è tra i più belli finali di questo gioco. Questo qua invece è quello che sto facendo adesso. Dovrebbe essere tipo il finale della fuga, del pod di fuga se non erro. Il finale in cui riusciamo a fuggire dalla storia praticamente e a ottenere a ottenere libertà, tipo roba del genere. Non vedo nulla. Ok, adesso ci vedo. Vedo polvere, vedo un escape. Fuggiamo. Ok, perfetto. È uno dei finali in cui io posso commentare tranquillo. Vi ho fatto vedere questo, credo che finirà il video subito perché sono passati già circa 10 minuti. Perfetto, ho raggiunto il po' di fuga. Ok. Finito. Sì, lo so. E per questo video è tutto, quindi. Guardate, è tutto, iscrivetevi. Vi ricordo di iscrivervi, lasciare mi piace e di commentare. Ciao a tutti ragazzi, qua Daniele è tutto. Al prossimo video. Ciao!